And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the USC Aiken Convocation Center for Peach Belt Men's Basketball, featuring the visiting Flagler College Saints and your USC Aiken Pacers. I'm Marcus Johnson, joined by Jordan Phillips, and we thank you for joining us this evening.
Yeah, this Flagler Saints team looking for their first win in conference play. They've dropped two. Pacers 1-1 themselves, sputtered a little bit out of the gate against Lander, but got things right last time out. Looking to get their first conference win here in the Convocation Center of the season.
Yeah, first home conference matchup, as you said. Starting five for the Pacers: Jameel Rideout, Terry Horn, Tyler Johnson, Jalen McCoy, and Devin Evans. They are countered by Omar Figueroa, Tyler Collier, Dustin Clark, Jalen Barr, and Malik Bryant of Flagler. Flagler winning the tip-off. We are underway.
Figueroa, one to watch tonight, a big scorer for the Saints, averaging just around 17 points on the season per game.
Jalen Barr handing the ball on off to Figueroa, who gives it right back. Long pass across to Dustin Clark. Clark looking to fight his way into the paint here, and that pass is almost picked off. And they're going to say it was picked off. In there to force the turnover, Jameel Rideout.
Yeah, got the ball there right out and threw it out off of Figueroa, so it'll be Pacer ball on that.
Jalen McCoy looking to inbound it. Leading scorer for the Pacers in terms of average points per game.
Coming off a career high in the last contest as well was Jalen McCoy.
Rideout getting a screen, thinks about three, gives it over to Terry Horn. Into the hands of Devin Evans. Back to Horn. Horn again thinking about three. Holds off. Horn moving it around, 10 seconds on the shot clock, gives it to Evans. Evans looking for the three ball, and Devin Evans knocks it through.
So important to have a guy like Devin Evans who can stretch the floor from that 5 position. It really allows the floor to open up for the guys who can drive to the inside like McCoy and Horn.
Flagler looking to answer right back now. It's Clark having his pass knocked away by Johnson. It'll stay Flagler ball.
Tight defense there from Chip Johnson on that play.
Malik Bryant giving the ball off to Figueroa, passes it off as well. Into the hands of Collier. Jalen Barr with it now, giving it back over to Clark. Clark looking to get through Johnson, pushes him down, knocks the shot up, and knocks it on in just at the end of the shot clock.
Yeah, physical play down low. I like that non-call, let the guys play a little bit. I thought Johnson sold that one just a little bit.
It's Terry Horn bouncing it over to McCoy. McCoy looking to fight his way into the paint, puts the hook shot up, can't get it to go, and the rebound is corralled by Figueroa. A little handoff to Collier, gives it on over to Clark. Clark's pass, almost a no-look knockaway by Horn. I don't think anybody was expecting that. Although Malik Bryant able to corral it now. Bryant looks to get a pass off into the paint. It was some nice back and forth, but a traveling call just at the end of that on Jalen Barr will wave off any chance.
Ended with a turnover, but that was some very nice ball movement by Flagler. Flawless passing there. That last one, he just took an extra step, turned the ball over, giving the Pacers a chance to get to respond right here.
Terry Horn with it at the top of the arc, over to Johnson. Johnson almost trips over Evans. Now he's going to pull up for three. And Tyler Johnson from range.
Yeah, with a hand in his face as well. That was a beautiful shot from Tyler Johnson.
Pacers open the scoring with the pair of threes. And now Flagler looking to answer with one of their own. That goes off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound grab by McCoy. It's Rideout. Rideout looking for the three ball. Ooh, in and out of the basket as it comes out. The rebound corralled by Barr, and we get a foul on the play.
Just a mental lapse there by Jalen McCoy. You can't have a backcourt foul like that, especially this early in the game. Not great for Jalen McCoy. He's going to sit down.
Simeon Gurman will come on into the contest now. Gurman, the big transfer out of Gulf Coast State. Dustin Clark giving it to Collier. Into the hands of Barr. Jalen Barr just thinking about it, giving it to Clark. Clark, a little pushing and shoving, and there's going to be a foul on Rideout.
Foul is on the Pacers, number 0, Jameel Rideout. That's
second foul.
Pacers just couldn't quite get their defense set there. A lot of guys looked like they were out of position. Just a lot of discombobulation on that possession there by the Pacers defense.
And they're going to send Dustin Clark to the line for a pair of tosses. They'll knock through the first, 6-3. Last few home contests here in the Convocation Center have been rather quiet with all the students gone, and now finally the USC Aiken student section and some faculty have made their presence known as Destin Clark knocks in the second try.
Yeah, students back in here getting a hostile environment for the Saints over there on the offensive side of the ball.
Tyler Johnson almost getting double teamed, gets the ball off to Horn. Horn loses it, and Flagler comes away with it. Figueroa forcing the turnover.
Careless dribble there from Horn. Got to be a little bit more, a little bit smarter there in a crowd like that.
Collier being watched by German. His pass into the corner. Pacer defense standing tall, and they're going to say Flagler ball as it goes off a body and out of bounds. Well, short rest for Jalen McCoy as he returns to the floor. And it's going to be Devin Evans stepping off for a spell.
And one foul, it's going to be interesting to see if they go at him offensively, try and draw a second one, get him to sit down for an extended period of time here.
On the defensive side now it's Clark going up for three, and he nails it. And Flagler takes the lead, and I don't think they checked the ball after the basket.
Clark's who you would let take an open three on this team. He's shooting around 28% from three-point range, but he knocked that one down no problem.
And Clark actually accounting for all 7 of Flagler's points here in the early portion of the game as McCoy goes up and drops one in for a pair.
Good job getting the bigger defender off his feet for that open shot.
Flagler back on the attack. Collier trying to shake off coverage of German. Gets a pass on off to Barr. Almost had trouble with it, but manages to recover. Clark tries to move in, passes it off instead. It's Barr making a move, and German goes up, knocks the ball away, and comes up with the loose one. Tyler Johnson picks up the pass, makes his move, and a beauty from Tyler Johnson. Forces a timeout from the Flagler bench. USC Aiken leads this one 10-7 as we head into the first media timeout. And we're back from the timeout for some more USC Aiken basketball presented by the South Carolina Education Lottery. Remember, when you play the South Carolina Education Lottery, you're not only taking a chance, you're giving a chance. Well, 10-7 out of the timeout. Pacers take the three-point lead in part to Tyler Johnson's nifty little move under the basket.
He's got to find a way to shut down Destin Clark. They've not done a good job on everybody else defensively, but all 7 points coming courtesy of Clark here for the Saints.
Checking into the game is going to be Jax Bachknight of the Saints. As Malik Bryant goes up for three, that one off the rim. Rebound is battled for, and the Pacers come up with it.
Great job by Wright out there going out of bounds to keep that ball in.
Pass to absolutely nobody there as it's picked off by Bryant. Bryant spins under the basket and drops it on in for two.
It's another lackadaisical drive by the Pacers. They get inside, lose control of the ball, and then an easy turnover for the Saints.
It'll be Jalen McCoy fighting his way into the paint here. Puts his shot up, and Jalen McCoy answering it with a hook of his own. Saints back on the attack. It's Bryant giving the ball over to Clark. Now it's Barr. Back to Clark again. Clark just holding on to it. Now he's trying to make his move into the basket, puts his shot up, and knocks it in off the glass.
Clark, another easy trip to the basket. He's dominating right now for the Saints, 9 of their 11 points.
It'll be Jameel Rideout starting the attack for the Pacers, giving it to McCoy, now to Horn. Back to Rideout again, gets a screen from German. Now it moves into the paint, kicks it out to McCoy. McCoy for the three, comes up short.
McCoy not a three-point shooter.
As Malik Bryant flushes one in on the Pacer defense, going in untouched. And the Pacers now going to take a timeout, 13-12, as they've taken the lead into the break. And he said McCoy's not really a three-point shooter. However, last year's Sweet 16 matchup against Lincoln Memorial would beg to differ.
He did. He got hot. And on the season, he is shooting 40%. It's just that he's only shot 5 three-pointers, 6 now. But, you know, he's not it's not really his shot typically. He's more of an inside presence, works his way in. But, you know, you have the open look, you might as well take it down there.
Absolutely. And they gave him a lot of room, but that's probably because, again, they saw the scouting report and said, as long as it's not in the NCAA tournament, go ahead and let him shoot threes.
Yeah, it's very similar to that open three you saw Clark hit for the Saints on the other side, shooting on 28% for them, but he still knocked it down. You know, open shots, anybody can hit just about.
And while we've got this timeout, we'll go ahead and thank a few more sponsors, including Aiken Flooring, proud sponsors of USC Aiken basketball and USC Aiken athletics. Aiken Flooring, you can stand on us.
Team's getting set to come back on. Rajon Blackwell out there for the Pacers. He's been a good job. He's a nice change of pace guy. Comes in, brings some energy off the bench, and does a great job igniting the second unit when he's out there.
Pacers also looking to get Demetrius Dixon into the action.
Defensive stopper, you know, a secondary point guard to Jameel Rideout, does a good job as well. He's the floor general for that second unit and does a really good job out there. He's defense primarily, but he can also shoot the three as well.
He's another one. He can shoot threes. He doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but that's pretty much all he shoots when he does. Well, Pacers will have the ball fresh out of the timeout. They find themselves down by 1 to the Saints. And it's Dixon with it. Under double coverage, full court press here from the Saints. Back across the line, it's Johnson. Johnson working his way to the basket and knocking it through.
And to your point on Dixon, 34 of his 46 shots have been from three-point range, shooting 44% from the three-point line.
Buck Knight giving the ball on over to Bryant. Now it's into the hands of Boom Reeves, who checked in during the timeout. Jalen Barr fighting to the basket, has an opening and takes a shot and puts it in.
Yeah, I got down there among the Giants, both bigs for the Pacers down low and just finished over both of them. Great job there.
Johnson to Dixon, almost an errant pass, but Dixon reaching out to grab it. McCoy with the handout now to Blackwell. Back to Dixon again. Dixon getting a screen, gives it to Johnson. Johnson pulling up for three, doesn't get it, but he will draw the foul, and we'll have a trip to the line.
Yeah, got a little crowded there in his landing space. That was Jalen Barr on that one.
First foul of the game for Flagler with just about 7 minutes gone by here in this first half.
Yeah, let both teams play. Only 3 fouls combined here. Letting them get physical, and I'm into that. I'm happy about that.
Definitely makes it more entertaining. And the first try is good for Tyler Johnson. It'll tie the score up at 15-all with 2 more to go. Second try is also good, and checking in for Flagler will be Spencer Bain. He'll take over the duties for Jalen Barr.
Tyler Johnson, an 86 team leading free throw percentage for the Pacers coming into tonight.
And the announcer jinx has struck again.
Simeon German keeps the possession alive, though.
Demetrius Dixon looking for an opening, gives it to German. German Tries to get into under the basket, ends up drawing a foul instead. That's going to go on Kyle Young. He got a little aggressive with his reach in.
Yeah, Young got a little bit of arm on that one.
Oh, and they're going to call a technical foul.
The foul was on number 10, Kyle Young. The technical foul also on Kyle Young. That's his second.
A pair of fouls for Kyle Young on a single play, as Rajon Blackwell will take the tech shots. Knocking through the first one. That makes up for the one Johnson missed.
Absolutely.
Substituting is number 5, Tyler Collier.
Tyler Collier will return to the match as well, taking over for Kyle Young. 2 for 2 on the trip. Blackwell converts.
Yeah, Blackwell not far behind Johnson in terms of free throw percentage, coming in at 84% for him on the season.
A reset on the shot clock to 20. As Dixon will inbound it. Ooh, nice reach there by McCoy. Can he knock it through? Yes, he can. Jalen McCoy making it happen.
Doesn't get much better than that. Put him in his natural shooting position, and just a nice, easy finish around the rim.
And that was a lot harder than he made it look, too. That was not an easy pass to Corral. Balknight shaking off the defense, giving it to Collier. Now into the hands of Bryant. Bryant trying to shake off Dixon, weaving his way through the defense, and he'll draw a foul for his effort.
Yeah, another aggressive reach in there, and just as we said, to let him get a little physical. A couple of sloppy defensive plays by both sides here, leading to a whistle.
Well, after the technical, you may see them crack down a little bit, try to make sure nobody gets too out of hand. Balknight inbounding it, long pass in to Spencer Bain. Bain shaking off Johnson with a pass to Collier. Collier looking to get a screen, now he'll pass it on in. Here's a try from Bryant, and we're going to get a whistle. Now we're going to get a goaltending call on the Pacers, so count the basket.
You and I off the air, we discussed his first block. I thought that one wasn't goaltending. I did not think that one was.
Well, maybe it was the makeup call.
Maybe a makeup call there, but either way, that was some force behind that one by Simeon German.
Well, Tyler Johnson trying to fight his way through the defense, and we're going to get a foul. Going to be number 24, Malik Bryant. First foul of the game for him. Pacers making a shift change here with Terry Horn returning to the floor. And Chedlet Delva will see action now for the first time tonight.
A force on the glass for the Pacers, leading the team in rebounding.
And Delva sharing the honors of the tallest player out there for the Pacers at 6'10". As Dixon fights his way in, takes an awkward shot, and somehow manages to go.
Yeah, had to throw it up there. He was going to get a traveling violation called, so a good play there by Dixon to finish around the rim.
Balknight directing traffic for Flagler. Bounces it on in to Collier. Collier back to Balknight. Trying to shake off Blackwell here. Turns, pulls up, pulls the shot off, and knocks it through.
Tough shot there. Nice little fadeaway jumper. Mid-ranger to knock down that and keep the Flagler Saints connected here.
Dixon slowing the play up as he gets direction from his bench. Blackwell with it now. Looking for an opening, gives it to McCoy. McCoy fighting his way into the paint, puts his shot up, can't get it to go. Delva on the rebound, and he's able to come up with it. Back to Dixon. Dixon fakes the three, goes for three, and it'll go off the rim and out. Saints corral the rebound, will bring it up the other way. Balknight with Dixon covering. Good pass on over to Bain. Bain looking for three, and Bain puts up the three ball to tie this one up at 22.
Yeah, big shot there from Bain. Again, only shooting 20% on the season. He's 5 for 25 coming into tonight. So a big shot for him there to tie this game up.
Jalen McCoy with it now. Into the paint, puts up the shot, and does what he does best, and knocks it through. Back the other way with speed, it's Bryant. Into the paint now, makes a spin move, puts his shot up. Nice defense by the Pacers, rebound corralled. And another effort, this one's gonna go through. And it's going to be an and-one situation for Malik Bryant.
I believe that initial shot attempt was blocked by Delva, but he just couldn't corral the rebound, allow that second chance opportunity, and now we've got the and-one opportunity.
Foul was on Chedlik Delva on that second effort. And so Bryant will go to the line to try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. And he'll knock it through to retake the lead for Flagler. Mason Manning now checking into the game for the visitors. As the Saints have the 1-point edge with just a little over 10 minutes to play in the first half. Demetrius Dixon giving it over to Horn. Terry Horn back to Dixon in the corner. Thinks about three, now moves into the paint. Turns around, pulls up the shot. Oh, almost went in, but it bounced out at the last minute. And a double dribble.
Yeah, Demetrius Dixon getting a little bit more active on the offensive side of things. Normally just more of a facilitator, but he's been getting a little bit more active trying to score the ball here in this first quarter or first half.
Well, the one time he did try it, it was I don't think he was intending to take the shot, but he ended up knocking it through regardless. And before we continue with that train of thought, we'll go to immediate timeout. 9:46 left to play in the first half. It's Flagler by 1. Back from the break. It's 25-24, Flagler leading the Pacers. With just a little under 10 minutes left to play in the first half, Pacers will inbound.
Pacers just haven't quite been able to get into a rhythm on the defensive side of the ball. The Saints hitting shots that they normally haven't hit this season, and that's leading to this 1-point lead for the Saints that you see right now.
Blackwell pulling up for a three-ball, and Rajon Blackwell.
Well, I was getting ready to talk about how, kind of a forced shot there. It didn't really need to happen, but he knocked it down, so.
That kind of caught everybody off guard as we have a foul on the play, and it's on Rajon Blackwell, his first of the game. Fifth foul of the contest for the Pacers, and
we're going to have a timeout, it looks like.
The officials might be going over to make sure they got the foul on the right person.
I believe that's what's going to happen. Yeah, we're going to have a review here.
Well, in the meantime, this instant replay or replay check, I don't know what you want to call it, brought to you in part by Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, located here in Aiken, South Carolina. For all of your vehicular needs, count on Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
So it looks like there won't be any change to the original decision. It will go against Rajon Blackwell.
The Pacers sitting with 5 fouls, at least 5 fouls on my score sheet, 4 on the official scoreboard. One of those is right as the Saints inbound it. Collier with a handoff to Manning. Manning back to Collier again, over to Bachknight. A little bounce into the paint here. Good defense by the Pacers, holding it off. Collier thinking about 3 now. He'll fight his way into the corner. It's Clark. Clark trying to shake off McCoy, gives him a shoulder, now to Bachknight. Bachknight for three, and Bachknight drains it. Saints back out in front, 28-27.
That is Bachknight's shot, 44% three-point shooter on the season. He's not the guy you want to leave open. Rajon Blackwell again going for that quick pull-up three, although I think his foot was on the line either way, but
didn't really matter. He missed the shot, and the Saints, bad pass to Collier causes a turnover.
On the court for the Pacers, number 24, Simeon German, number 0, Jameel Rideout, and number 3.
Both teams making shift changes here.
I said earlier to watch for Omar Figueroa for the Saints, and the Pacers have done a good job shutting him down, but the other players around him have responded, and that's why Flagler has this 1-point lead right now.
And Terry Horn picking up the screen from German. Pulls up, takes a shot, and just can't get it to go. Rebound grabbed by Spencer Bain. Bachknight works his way into the Pacer end. Will bounce into Clark. Clark to the basket, and Clark gets it to go through.
Clark's playing bully ball, using his strength to create it separation down low and finish over German.
Jameel Rideout directing traffic, gives it to Horn. Into McCoy now. McCoy pass into the corner. Rideout looking for three. That's going to go up short. Rebound grab by Johnson, but they're going to call foul. And Flagler will take over. Foul on Tyler Johnson, and we have a timeout coming up, a media timeout. 7:47 remaining. Flagler now leading at 30-27. We'll be back in just a minute. And welcome back, folks. Flagler will have the ball fresh out of the timeout with a 3-point lead. And again, 7:47 remaining here in the first half.
And again, their leading scorer, Omar Figueroa, has not had much time on the floor. He's been, since about the 12-minute mark, he's been sitting, and they still have this 3-point lead. In fact, they've grown their lead since he stepped out. So the Pacers got to do better in this time where he's not on the floor.
Simeon German doing a nice job knocking a shot away from Clark, who is the leading scorer right now for Flagler. Into the corner now, it is Bryant back on out to the three-point line, and it's Jets Bachknight as time expires on the shot clock, hitting another three.
Again, a near 45% three-point shooter. That percentage climbing in this game. He's 2 for 2. He's not the guy you want to leave wide open on the line.
Horn pulling up, taking his shot, and he'll knock one in for a pair. First basket of the night for Horn. As this goes into the corner here, Saints back on the attack. Bachknight with a bounce into Clark. Clark under coverage, no-look pass to Manning. Oh, and German does a nice job again, knocking the ball away, denying an opportunity by Clark. Clark getting another effort on it, can't get it to drop, and a foul, a late foul call on Simeon German.
On the Pacers, number 24, Simeon German. His first in the team 7.
Well, Clark will go to the line as Pacers hit 7 fouls in the first half. And the first try is good, giving Clark 12 points so far on the day.
It was a late call. You should miss this one. This one for your boy. Let's miss this one for your boy. This one for your boy.
2 for 2 on the trip. That makes the Flagler lead 6.
Pacers just can't seem to get into a rhythm here on either side of the ball. Just a little discombobulated out there right now.
It'll be Jameel Rideout leading the attack, giving it over to Johnson. Back to Terry Horn. Back to Tyler Johnson again. Makes a spin move, doesn't have an opening, so he'll give it to Horn. Horn, back to Johnson. Johnson bounces it into German. German fighting his way to the basket, and he's able to drop it in.
Great job by the big man to get active, moving around on the floor, getting inside, using his size and his strength to his advantage right there.
Malik Bryan will take a step back here to reset. Give the ball over to Balknight. Bryant to Balknight. Balknight looking for 3. That one off the back of the rim and out. And right there to pick up the rebound is Rideout.
Pacers fortunate to get a miss there. Another wide open look for Balknight.
Rideout to the basket, and Rideout able to fight off the defense to score a pair.
Knifing his way inside, finishing through contact. Great play by Jameel Rideout.
Balknight again will give it to Bryant. Bryant will slow the pace a little bit as he's watched by Horn. Gets a screen, tries to make a move. Doesn't have an open man, now he'll give it on over to Barr. Barr, no look pass to Manning. Manning back on out here to Bryant. Bryant looking for 3, can't get it to drop, and German there for the rebound.
Pacers locking in on defense here, cutting down a lot of those open looks.
Rideout pulling up for a shot, comes up just short. Rebound will be scooped up by Flagler. Balknight trying to go coast to coast with this one, and he'll draw a foul instead. Trying to say he was going for the basket, but the officials are going to say no, it's going to be 1 and 1.
I like that shot.
That's the second foul on Johnson tonight.
No, that was on the pass. You can't talk you out of your car.
The foul was on number 0, Jameel Rideout.
I say Jameel Rideout's on the foul. Second foul for him.
You gotta miss
And
one.
the line, Jax Balknight.
You know you was passing it, do the right thing.
And Balknight able to drop it in. I guess they did change their mind and say he was going for the shot.
Looks like they did. They had a brief conference, and I guess they overturned that call.
Jameel Rideout and number 21, Devin Evans.
So they're gonna go to video review here. I'm not sure what the point would be. He did hit the first free throw,
Yeah,
so
so
either
he'd
way
have a
they would have the
second.
second one here. It doesn't matter, but
Again, they may have him redo the first one. Oh, no, they're changing the foul, I believe.
that's what it is. Okay, so they're gonna assess it to Tyler Johnson, which was the original call.
Jameel Rideout with 1.
Here we go. I'm about to say, don't scare him. Don't scare him.
And Balknight drops that one through. Lead for the Saints back to 4. Pacers will move it on up. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Rideout. Into the paint now. Little pass, trying to get the ball on over to Devin Evans and couldn't handle it, a little too hot.
Yeah, a lot of heat on that one. Probably needed to take a little bit off that, but just trying to get the ball in quick. Evans wasn't quite ready for the pass.
Well, Saints will have Balknight move it on up to Boom Reeves. Now into the hands of Barr. Now in the corner, it's Balknight again. Pass into Collier. Out to Figueroa. Collier, nobody on him, looking for 3, and he'll drop it on through. Lapse in coverage on the Pacer defense.
Ball movement creating open shots, and that's the reason why the Saints have this lead right now.
7-point advantage for Flagler. Blackwell back over to Horn. Horn to Rideout. Rideout looking for three, and Jameel Rideout gives the Pacers a much-needed three ball.
It had been a while since the Pacers had hit one from beyond the arc, so good answer there by Rideout as he slaps that ball away, nearly creating a turnover, but it's out of bounds. Neither Rideout nor neither German nor Blackwell could corral it.
Demetrius Dixon checking back into the lineup for the Pacers, taking over for Rideout. Bach Knight will inbound it, and he'll knock it on off of Blackwell and back out. Basically, a whole lot of nothing just happened.
Yeah, had a backdoor cut there, so Blackwell did a good job of knocking that ball away.
And right off the rebound, Jalen Barr going up and knocking it through. Demetrius Dixon starting the attack for the Pacers. It's Terry Horn looking for an opening and almost has it stripped, and we get a whistle. And I believe it's going to be a foul called on the Saints.
It's going to be a reach in on Bach Knight, I believe.
First foul of the game for him, fifth foul for the team, or sixth foul for Flagler. Media timeout coming up. We'll be back in just a minute. Well, timeout comes to a close. We'll get back to the action. Flagler up 42-36 on the Pacers with 3:43 remaining in the first half. Pacers looking to fight their way back in as German picks up the inbound. Dixon gets a screen, hesitates for a minute. Now he's going to have to pass it on off. Terry Horn now trying to figure out what he wants to do. He'll get a screen here, and we get some pushing and shoving, and it's going to go. And a foul going to go against Jalen Barr.
Yeah, a lot of contact on that play there. Kind of took German with him when he was trying to brush through the screen. Would have liked to have seen Demetrius Dixon take that shot there. That's a high percentage look for him. He just hesitated a little bit too much. Couldn't get a clean look on it.
And German will head to the line to shoot. Oh, they were going to say 1-and-1 try here, but it's
just going to be possession.
According to my score sheet, I do have 6 fouls. Now pass into Horn. Horn under the basket with a pass on into the corner. Here's a 3-ball try. That one just short off the hands of Devin Evans. Rebound grab by Manning. Bryant gives it to Clark. Clark directing traffic from Manning. Manning tries to fight his way in, and we get a traveling call on the Saints, and the turnover gives the Pacers possession.
Yeah, he tried a little stop and go there, just stopped too much.
Jalen McCoy back onto the floor, as is Jameel Rideout. McCoy, the leading scorer for the Pacers, if I'm not mistaken, with only 8 points. So, like we were kind of saying, nobody's really taken command of the scoring for USC Aiken just yet.
Yeah, Pacers need a group effort here. Everybody's got to step up and pitch in. That's how they operate. You know, there's no one guy who dominates the scoring. They all have to pitch in, and right now, they need a lot of guys to step up.
And McCoy trying to get into double digits, and he will with the patented hook shot.
McCoy doing what he does best, take an easy look, take a high percentage look, and get 2 points out of it.
And Flagler looks like they've been doing a good job defending that too. And McCoy's just so good at the hook shot that he's able to drop them in quite often, as we have a foul going against Rajon Blackwell of the Pacers. Second foul of the game for him, 9th of the half.
Yeah, a lot of fouls here for the Pacers. They're piling up. They're getting a couple guys in trouble here.
So Bryant will go to the line now to shoot 2. And his first one's no good, so I guess a good foul for the Pacers to take. Second effort is good. That'll be 43-38. McCoy picks up the pass. Gives it on over to Blackwell. Blackwell. And we're going to have a turnover here. Foul on the Pacers.
Foul is on the Pacers, number 12.
Offensive foul against Jalen McCoy. Yep. His second.
After taking that early foul, though, by McCoy, the fact that he only had his second foul happened with 2.5 left to play in the first half, it shows he's been disciplined so far.
Played clean here in this first half.
Figueroa of the Saints being watched closely by Blackwell. Tries to make his move on in. He'll pass it over to Clark. No good. Rebound is grabbed by German. Blackwell starting it up for the Pacers. Rideout trying to start it up for the Pacers. Rideout under the basket. Bounces it to Blackwell. Now to McCoy. McCoy to the basket. Puts a shot up. No good. Rebound. Grabbed by German. Second effort is good.
And the too small from Simeon German. Probably could have gotten a foul call there as well. And they're going to say it was off the backboard.
No, I think it's just a foul.
Oh, they will. Yeah, they'll call foul. That's going to go against Terry Horn. That's 11 fouls against the Pacers here in this first half. It's undisciplined defense. Guys getting out of position and creating these easy calls.
First try at the line for Malik Bryant is good. The Flagler lead back up to 4. 2 for 2 on the trip, 45-40. $1:38 left here in the first half. Pacers looking to get some last-minute scoring here. Potentially take a lead into the half. Rideout getting the screen. Bounces into German, and we get a foul called. Damian German drawing the foul.
Easy call there. That's going against Collier.
First
forearm to the back.
7th foul of the contest for Flagler. First foul for Collier as German goes to the line for 1 and a bonus. And he can't get the first one to drop, but Horn is there to pick up the rebound. Good read there by Terry Horn.
Yeah, great rebound there to keep this possession alive. Give the Pacers another chance.
And an offensive foul. German a little too aggressive trying to fight his way into the paint.
An easy call there.
They let him get away with the first shove, but that second shove was a little too much as we're going to...
That's 12 team fouls against the Pacers here in this half.
Well, the minute 10 left to play in the first. It'll be Malik Bryant bringing it up. Into the hands of Clark. Clark spinning around McCoy. Gets a nice pass off to Collier, who drops it in off the glass.
Nice backdoor cut there by Collier. Nobody paying attention. An easy finish at the rim.
And we've got a timeout taken by the Pacer bench. 52.6 seconds left before halftime. And it is 47-40 in favor of Flagler.
Yeah, the Saints just doing a good job here defensively, offensively, creating separation on offense, backdoor cuts, just doing a great job. Ball movement, creating open looks at the three-point line. And the Pacers have just seemed out of sync offensively on both ends of the floor, really, but especially on the offensive side of the ball. Turnovers and unnecessary offensive fouls, just creating second chance opportunities for the Saints.
And again, the Saints just really haven't been making a lot of mistakes either.
Playing a clean game, yeah, for sure. The foul disparity here is mostly because the Pacers have been playing undisciplined. They're out of position, and that's causing them to make mistakes on defense, having to hook guys, having to, bring their arms down a little bit more aggressively than they'd like to. It's just, undisciplined. They've got to lock in a little bit on this defensive side of the ball, and that'll create chances for them on the offensive side of the ball.
Pacers taking their time trying to come out of this timeout. Pushing the limits of the 30-second timeout as play gets back underway.
And more of a 35-second timeout.
Jamil Rideout giving it to Blackwell. Terry Horn takes it at the top of the arc. Back to Blackwell again. Blackwell thinks about moving into the paint, pulls up, takes a shot. Ooh, in and out of the basket. Rebound grab by Collier.
Yeah, good shot there by Blackwell. A lot of hang time on that shot, just rimmed out.
Flagler's going to try to take one at the buzzer here with only 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Malik Bryant taking his time, 10 seconds on the game clock, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Pulling up, taking a shot is Figueroa, and he knocks in a three with only a few seconds left to play. And at the buzzer, no good. Try by Ryjon Blackwell. We go to halftime, and Flagler has a solid 10-point lead, 50-40 over the Pacers.
Yeah, that last shot there by Figueroa was a tough shot. He had a hand in his face. It was well defended. He just knocked it down, and that's just kind of the tail of the tape for the Pacers so far. The Saints are hitting shots that they haven't hit so far this season. I'm interested to see what that three-point percentage looks like for the Saints compared to their season average.
We're going to take a short break. We got 15 minutes before the second half. We'll be back with some first half stats in just a little while, so don't go anywhere. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Marcus Johnson alongside Jordan Phillips. Thank you again for joining us. Before we get to the second half of USC Aiken versus Flagler men's basketball, let's take a look at some of those first half stats.
And right off the bat, the first thing that jumps off the page to me at least is the 60% from the three-point line for the Flagler Saints. Coming into today's contest, they're shooting 35% as a team. So obviously they've been a hot shooting team here in this first half. Page's going to have to get that under control if they want to get back into this game. Also, the Saints doing a good job from the free throw line. 10 of 11 as a team right now. I mean, the Pacers, again, we talked about it. They're playing out of position a lot on defense, just not making solid rotations. That's creating opportunities at the line, and the Saints are taking advantage of it.
Yeah, and a lot of the other categories, both teams were playing pretty much even in the paint. USC Aiken holding the slim edge 22-20. Points off turnovers, it's 11-10 in favor of USC Aiken. Second chance points, 8-6 in favor of the Saints, and the fast break belongs to Flagler as well at 4-2. But if you look at the scoring for the Saints, they have 3 players in double digits, and the Pacers only with 1 in double-digit scoring. That is Jalen McCoy.
And again, the Saints coming into the contest, Omar Figueroa was their guy. He's their leading scorer, 17 points per game. He didn't even get a bucket until the last 30 seconds of the first half, and they're still up by 10 here. The Pacers did a good job of playing him off the floor. He wasn't even on the court for most of the first half. But again, the other players on the Saints stepped up. You've got Destin Clark with 13, Malik Bryant with 12, Jax Bachnight, who they, see he, using ball movement, was able to get several open looks at 3, and he connected. He had 10 points on the half as well. And
their percentages are excellent, too. Clark 4 of 7 from the floor, same as Malik Bryant. And Clark also 4 for 4 at the charity stripe. Malik Bryant 4 of 5. I mean, they're converting their chances when they get them, and that's what's hurting the Pacers. They need to do a better job, play a little more disciplined, like you were saying, and then, start, sharing the points again. With only Jalen McCoy with 10 points, you need your leading scorer to be a little bit higher, I think, after one half of play.
And the one thing you can say for the Pacers' effort in the first half, 44% from the 3 as a team. The Saints coming into today's contest holding teams to just 35%. So they're already out shooting that margin. They've just got to do a little bit better job on defense, taking away those open looks and locking down guys and not sending them to the free throw line.
Well, Pacers will get the ball to start off the second half here. Into the corner with Terry Horn. Horn held to only 1 basket in that first half as Devin Evans tries to fight his way into the paint, passes it on out to Rideout. Now Tyler Johnson pulls up, takes an awkward angle shot, almost gets it to go, and the rebound is grabbed by Flagler's bar. Back the other way quickly, it's Bryant.
And another near foul call there. Evans wildly swinging, trying to get his arm in there to create a steal, and it could have been called for a reach-in right there.
Shot effort here by Clark, didn't go. Pacers pick up the rebound. McCoy into the paint, has the ball knocked away, but it'll stay Pacer ball.
Out off the foot of a Saint.
22 seconds on the shot clock here. Plenty of time to set something up.
Yeah, no rush here for the Pacers. They got plenty of time.
McCoy in the paint. Gets a little bit of separation, is able to knock it through for 2.
Plenty of time, but they don't need any of it.
Malik Bryant will start the attack for Flagler. Hands it off to Jalen Barr. Now into the hands of Clark. Tyler Collier being watched by Evans. Passes it back into Clark. And a little layup try here, no good. Jalen Barr couldn't get it to drop, and the Pacers will pick up the rebound.
That was a good cut from Barr, just couldn't quite finish, a little too strong on that shot attempt.
Terry Horn looking for 3, coming up short. Rebound is grabbed by Figueroa. Long pass, and converting on the play is Malik Bryant.
It's an ill-advised shot there from Horn, had a hand in his face. You'd like to see the Pacers use the ball movement a little bit more, try to create something a little bit more open than that.
Terry Horn picking it up on the pass from McCoy. Horn into the paint, back to McCoy, and we're going to get a foul called against the Saints. First foul of the half, and it's going to go against Malik Bryant.
Yeah, just a little bit extra on that play, causing the contact.
Horn picks up the inbound pass, gives it to Johnson. At the arc, it's Rideout to McCoy now. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Rideout. Rideout thinks about 3. Has to do something with it now. Shot clock winding down. 5 seconds left. Horn steps up, takes a shot off the back of the iron. McCoy tried to tip it on through, but couldn't get it to drop.
That was Evans on that. He nearly had that tip in right there.
Flagler trying to answer with a 3, and can't. Fortunately for the Pacers, can't get it to drop as Johnson picks up the ball. Johnson pulling up, looking for a 3. That one will be just short. Rebound will be scooped up by Collier, who had a little contact there, but has to let it go. Malik Bryant slowing up the pace a little bit. Still a 10-point lead for the Saints. Collier. Little handoff to Bryant. Little bounce pass into Barr. Barr into the paint, shaking off McCoy. Puts up the shot and knocks it through.
Another opportunity created by an ill-advised shot from the Pacers, just jacking up a quick 3 instead of trying to set something up. It's right out there, drives the lane, rims out at the rim.
And Flagler back on the attack. It's Figueroa getting it to bounce through and drop in, and that's going to draw a timeout from the Pacer bench. Flagler picking up right where they left off from the first half as they've increased the lead now. It's 56-42. We'll take a break. Now we'll get back to the action. Pacers need a reset, and they need it fast as Flagler continues to dominate play. Leading now by 14. Pacers with the ball, however, and Blackwell looking for a quick 3, and Rajon Blackwell coming up with a big 3 ball when the Pacers need it most.
Yeah, they left him all alone in the 3-point line, and he made him pay for it. A great shot there by Blackwell.
Aggressive play here as Pacers have called on Dwight Kennedy to try to make some moves. Into the paint, it is Bryant able to knock it through for 2.
They drew the big man to the 3-point line, blew by him, and then there's nobody to protect the rim.
Jalen McCoy with it, gives it over to Kennedy. Back to McCoy again. McCoy inches his way to the paint, kicks out to Kennedy. Kennedy looking for a long 2, and that one not going to land as the rebound is battled for, and we're going to have a jump ball belonging to Flagler.
And another timeout.
It's going to be the under 16-minute media timeout, so easy come, easy go. We'll take another break. Be right back. And welcome back, folks. The media timeout comes to an end, and we'll get right back to the action. Flagler up 58-45. Pacers looking to answer this Saints team that has not been making a lot of mistakes.
They've been just about perfect on both ends of the floor, shooting way higher from three-point percentage than they have all season. They're just knocking down open looks, and their ball movement is creating those open looks for them tonight.
Pacers did manage to hit a clutch three there by Rajon Blackwell just a few moments ago before the timeout as the Saints are on the attack. Bryant to Figueroa, back to Bryant again. Bryant into the paint. His pass picked off by Kennedy, and we're going to get a blocking foul on Figueroa.
Foul is on number 1, Omar Figueroa, his first and the team's second this half. Checking in is number 0, Jack Flagler.
Yeah, errant pass there. Dwight Kennedy, good job by him. Heads up defense there just to force that turnover. Got in the passing lane, took it away, and then drew the foul.
It'll be Jameel Rideout to start up the attack. Gives it to Kennedy. Bounce into German. Back to Kennedy again. Lots of time. Goes for three. Couldn't get it to drop.
2 open looks for Kennedy. Just quite hasn't been able to knock it down.
Destin Clark again. German with the denial. Rideout quick the other way to McCoy. His shot is rejected. Rebound or a loose ball corralled by McCoy, and then he drops it off of his own foot, and the Saints pick it off.
And just another lackadaisical drive there by the Pacers creates a turnover. It creates another opportunity for the Saints to grow this lead.
Saints slowing up the pace again. It's Bachnight. Bounce into the paint for Clark. Clark. Well, it was a no-look pass, and there was nobody there as it goes into the corner and out of bounds. Lucky break for the Pacers.
Yeah, fortunate break there for the Pacers, creating that turnover so that they can have a chance to make an impact here on the offensive side of the ball as we got some floor maintenance going on.
Let's see some clutch Bill. Some clutch type time.
The inbound will go to Jameel Rideout. Gives it to Blackwell. Blackwell getting the screen from Kennedy into the paint, takes his shot. That one knocked away by the Saints.
And I believe a technical foul just got called for stepping over Rajon Blackwell. And another tech, I think he just got tossed from the game.
He did. Jalen Barr has just been ejected.
Yeah, he just got double techs. The first for stepping over Rajon Blackwell there, a la Allen Iverson on Ty Lue. And another tech, I guess he said something the official really didn't like, and he got teed up twice in one play and tossed from the game.
Well, let's see if this gives the Pacers the momentum that they need. Rajon Blackwell knocks through the first tech. Cut the lead down to 12.
We ask for support, the man in the red shirt.
And another one. I think a fan just got ejected as well.
So he'll shoot 4 free throws here. He knocked down the first 2.
And 3 for 3 so far. That lead is now cut down to 10. Quite a hectic couple moments there. And 4 for 4.
4 for 4 possession here. The Pacers have a chance to really swing this game right now. I mean, this is the first major mistake made by the Saints all game long, and the Pacers have got to capitalize on it.
Yeah, the first technical they had in the first half, I think, was just because a little too aggressive on the play. Nothing really dirty about it. It just so happened to fall that way.
I think it might have been, he might have said something after the foul call, I believe, is what I interpreted from the situation. And we haven't seen him since that foul call either.
The Pacers on the attack again. Give it to Kennedy. Kennedy, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Got to do something. Puts a shot up, and Kennedy knocks it through.
Yeah, a wild shot attempt there just to try to get something up, maybe to reset the shot clock, get a rebound, but it falls, and the Pacers have cut the lead here to 7.
Saints back on the attack, and the crowd is into it again, and we've got a foul called on Flagler.
And the crowd is getting loud, and a sideline warning issued to the Pacers. The ref's telling everybody to sit down and calm down. Getting a little too excited there. The crowd, though, is worked up and ready to, they're ready to blow the roof off this place if the Pacers can keep this momentum going.
And the foul was called on Collier, his second foul of the evening. Kennedy with the ball. Gives it to McCoy. McCoy trying to fight his way through. Looking for an open man. He's not getting any space, and a foul called as McCoy just took a shot in desperation. Good defense there by Collier.
That was lockdown defense, and honestly, I'm not sure I agree with the foul call, quite honestly. That was just excellent defense by the Saints, but either way, the whistle blew, and McCoy's going to shoot 2 here.
And it's interesting there. You don't usually see anybody be able to stand Jalen McCoy up, but he planted his feet. I mean, he stood solid.
He was not moving. That was excellent defense on that play by the Saints.
We'll get another momentary pause as got to mop up the floor. Pacers will have a new shot clock, 30 seconds. Or correction, they'll have a shot to the line. It's trip to the charity stripe for 2. My brain's all over the place right now. And McCoy, perfect on the first shot. Deficit cut down to 6. Two for 2 on the trip, and it's suddenly a 5-point game.
The Pacers again, momentum created by mistakes made by the Saints, and the Pacers have capitalized. They got to continue to lock down on defense here, create turnovers, and get more looks on the offensive side.
Into Bryant. Bryant driving to the basket, and it's going to be a whistle here as the ball was kicked.
Kick ball, yep.
Foul was on the Pacers number 1, Ryan Blackwell. That's his third. It's the
Call foul on
checking the lineup is number 10.
Blackwell, third foul of the evening for him.
But on the floor, so no free throws here.
Quick pass into Bryant. Immediately smothered by the defense. Here's a try for Young. He can't get it to drop, and McCoy is there for the rebound. Kennedy picks up the pass, going to the basket, can't get it to drop. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It'll be Flagler ball.
That was a good drive by Kennedy. A great job to knife his way in. Had a clean look. He just couldn't quite finish at the rim, but a good effort there by Dwight Kennedy.
The Pacers will make a substitution here, bringing Tyler Johnson back onto the floor. Blackwell getting a breather. Figueroa starting up the attack for the Saints. Quick bounce into Clark. Clark trying to shake off McCoy. Quick little no-look pass there to Young. Young runs into German and is going to lose possession. And they're going to say Flagler ball, I believe.
That is the call. I'm not 100% sure, but there's going to be no protest, so it will be St. Ball.
Figueroa with the pass. Goes for the shot, looking for 3, and Figueroa knocks it through.
That was Bachnight on that one again. Bachnight, red hot, 3 for 4, 75% from the three-point line for him tonight.
Tyler Johnson back to McCoy. McCoy looking for an opening to move, takes his shot and knocks it off the glass for 2.
Spin until you get the open look and then make it work.
Bachneit's pass almost broken up. Corralled nicely, but the Pacer defense standing tall.
Great defense there, great rim protection by Simeon German, going up strong and staying straight up and down.
Kennedy with all the time in the world for 3!
Huge shot by Dwight Kennedy, and they've been waiting on that one for him. He had 2 wide open looks, couldn't knock him down, but he hit that one and brings the Pacers within 3.
Bryant trying to knock one off the glass, couldn't get it to go, and we get a foul called on the play. Pacers about to corral the rebound. Instead, they'll have to deal with the foul. That's going on German.
A little bumping and shoving down there at the low block on that rebound attempt.
And we have another 12-minute media timeout, but we have got a game going once again. Flagler's lead has been cut to 3 as we go into the break. And we'll get right back to it. 61-58. Flagler still ahead of the Pacers, but momentum has been on USC Aiken's side in these last few minutes.
Yeah, momentum squarely behind the Pacers after that double tech, same play, allowed 4 shots at the line for Ryjon Blackwell. He knocked down all 4, and the Pacers have been rolling ever since that moment.
Sometimes all it takes is just one little thing to happen in a game, and momentum can shift, and see if the Pacers can keep riding that wave. As Bryant goes up with a nice backdoor layup, knocks it through. Johnson with the pass, gives it into Chedlet Delva. Back to Rideout, Jameel Rideout to McCoy. McCoy moving into the paint, puts his shot up, can't drop it through though, and the rebound will be grabbed by Kyle Young.
Yeah, that's the look you want there from McCoy, but he just couldn't quite knock down the shot.
Young driving hard into McCoy, and they're going to call a blocking foul on McCoy. And the officials are actually going to discuss this one. And they might go to the replay for this foul here, and I don't blame them. It was it's just a matter of, did he get his feet set? No, they're just going to call the foul. Third foul of the afternoon for Jalen McCoy. Third foul of the half for the Pacers.
It was a close. I hesitate to call that, the wrong call because it's a very close play. I'm surprised they're not at least looking at it just to verify. Wait. Well, they called the blocking foul, but the Pacers are going to have the ball. So they called a block. I'm trying to figure out what happened. They called a block. They called it on
something happened. That's all we're gonna.
I don't know. The Pacers have the basketball.
Looking for 3, can't get it to drop in, and we get a foul called on the Pacers. This one going to go on Devin Evans. And
I'm not sure who he fouled. If anybody he pushed off of, it was Chedlet Delva on that play.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around why the Pacers had the ball if they called the blocking foul.
They called the block, and I did not see them call anything else. I'm not entirely sure what happened on that play, but either way, it was 2 plays ago. The Pacers were not able to convert on their opportunity, and here the Saints had the ball again with 10:55 left in the second half.
O'Brien giving it on over to Balknight. Watched by Kennedy. Balknight back to Bryant again. Bryant bounces a little one in. Back out to Balknight for 3, and he can't drop it in. Chedlet Delva on the rebound. Tyler Johnson up the floor. Gets a screen, pulls up, takes a shot. Tyler Johnson knocking it through.
Smooth little mid-range, little free throw line jumper there for Johnson. Brings the Pacers back within 3.
And a good screen from Delva on that play to open that one up. Mason Manning to Balknight. Back to Manning again. Manning going to go for 3, and Manning It was a bad choice to go for the three, but it worked out anyway. He had a lot of coverage in front of him.
Again, the Saints are making shots that they normally do not make tonight, and that's been the tail of the tape right now. And that one's going to be, well, I was going to say that was going to be off, but the bank is open here late on a Wednesday afternoon.
Another big three ball by Dwight Kennedy.
A huge shot by Kennedy right there.
And a good way to answer back. Young with it now for the Saints. Into the paint, kicks it out to Bachknight. Bachknight under the basket, bounces it into the corner. It's going to be Clark, and Clark knocks through a three of his own.
Well, the Pacers are getting hot offensively, but Saints doing a great job of just taking the points. He'll get fouled going up on that one, so he'll shoot two. Jamil Rideout, that is.
Foul will be against Bachknight. Second foul for him. 8th foul for Flagler, so now it's the Saints' turn to get into a little bit of foul trouble.
Yeah, the Pacers in the bonus now for the rest of the game.
And with about a little under 9.5 to play, that can play a huge factor in this. So Jamil Rideout will go to the line. And his first one is good, 69-64.
Coming on the court for the Pacers is number 24, Simeon German.
2 for 2 on the trip, makes it a 4-point affair.
Dixon on the floor now in relief of Rideout.
Bachknight will bring it up for Flagler. Watched by Dixon now. Gives it over to Manning. Into the hands of Bain. Spencer Bain looking for an opening, giving it back to Manning again. Manning still holds on to it. Nice little pass into Bain, into the paint. Here's a try and a foul called on it as Boom Reeves was going up to the basket. Foul will get called on Devin Evans.
Has been the case all night. The Saints doing a great job of using ball movement, backdoor cuts. The guys are staying active. Nobody's standing still. Guys are moving all over the floor, and that's creating open looks at the rim, which is either creating 2 points or an opportunity at the free throw line.
And right there, a missed shot by Boom Reeves will keep the score at 4, keep the deficit at 4. Terry Horn returning to the contest for the Pacers. He'll take over for Kennedy, who kind of provided a nice little spark for USC Aiken.
He did, and Reeves, a 57% free throw shooter on the season as he misses both, but Destin Clark gets the rebound and finishes. It just fell asleep at the wheel a little bit there. You can't have that in this game where you've built this deficit for yourself that you're having to dig your way out of.
Pacers find themselves down by 6. Johnson looking for 3. In and out and back in again. A 3 ball for Tyler Johnson.
In the rim, off the backboard, and in. Back-to-back circus shots. What a shot there by the Saints.
I mean, that was blocked by Gurman, but they still managed to drop it in. Here's a shot from Evans. He can't drop it through for 3, and the rebound is grabbed by Manning. And Manning just steps out of bounds. It's Pacer basketball on the turnover. Nice job by Tyler Johnson to force that.
Tight defense there by Johnson. Altered his path, took him right out of bounds, right here in front of our scorer's table. Just a great job by Johnson.
And Johnson will inbound it to Dixon. Evans back to Johnson. Johnson getting the screen from Evans, pulls up, takes a shot, and no good. Rebound stolen away by Evans with the second effort.
Devin Evans flying in from out of nowhere to knock down that shot. What a putback by Devin Evans.
3-point lead for the Saints now. Manning pass in to Clark. Back on out to Manning. Manning for 3, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Oh, and they're going to call it no. Full media timeout taken. They're going to say this one belongs to Flagler. but they might go ahead and visit the replay to see that again. We'll be back in just a minute. We'll get back from the timeout. As it stands right now, it's still Flagler ball. I don't think the officials are going to change their mind.
I don't believe so either. I'm not.
And it is going to stay Flagler basketball.
Well, now it won't. Offensive foul. They have a saying in basketball, something about ball don't lie. And I believe that is a prime example of that saying right there. Because it looked like that ball was out of bounds off of Flagler, but either way, the Pacers will end up with it.
And it's Johnson, runs into his own man. From the corner, it's Dixon. Demetrius Dixon for three.
And that's his shot. 45% shooter from three-point coming into this game, and he ties this ball game up.
Nice job by the Pacers to fight their way back into this one. Now they got to keep fighting as Saints going for a three of their own. And Simeon German picking up the rebound.
Huge play there by German. Big rebound. The Pacers with a chance to take their first lead since the middle of the first half.
It's Tyler Johnson, pass into McCoy. McCoy for two, can't get it to land, and the rebound is scooped up by Reeves.
That's the high percentage look for him. That's the shot you want. It just couldn't fall.
Saints.
Dixon pokes that one away, but right to the Saints.
And no real change in possession. Here's a try by Clark, and German picks up the rebound after the beautiful block.
German has been an elite rim protector tonight as that's turned over. Destin Clark with a wide open path to the basket, and he'll not finish.
He doesn't knock it through, and Horn picks up the board.
I guess he was too open, and it just rimmed out. It bounced around. It looked like an easy finish for Clark. He made the play. He's been one of the biggest parts of this game for the Saints. He got 18 points. It just rimmed out.
Well, the interesting thing about that is Dixon led up. As he was going to the basket, he did not go to try to defend it, and that might have thrown Clark off.
I was looking for Dixon to maybe try and get a chase down block there, but as you said, he kind of peeled off and just let him shoot it just to avoid the foul.
And speaking of fouls, there was a foul at the end of that play. Mason Manning of Flagler. And a technical, I think, is being assessed to the Pacer bench this time.
I believe it is. I believe you're right. So Bachknight will shoot two.
And Bachknight will knock down the first one to give the Saints the lead again.
And that could become costly for the Pacers here. Just the same as that four free throw, that two technical play sparked that run for the Pacers. Again, it's an emotional game. Guys get excited. Guys get upset. But you got to maintain your composure here late in this kind of game where it's this close. You can't afford to be giving a team 2 free points.
Well, the Pacers, good news for them is they'll have a chance to answer back as they have some free throws coming up now.
He dropped the church's chicken.
It's either going to be one and a bonus or it's going to be two. But I'm not sure how many fouls the Saints had going into that play.
I believe it's going to be one and a bonus.
Now it's going to be two as Horn misses the first one.
Which is uncharacteristic of him. He's one of the better free throw shooters on the Pacers.
And Horn knocks down the second one, though, to bring the score back within 1. Saints will bring it up, though, with Balknight. 17 points on the night for number 0 in black. Good passing here. It's Bryant. Reeves looking to fight his way through. Gives it over to Collier. Balknight picking it up the pass. Driving the basket, kicks it on out to take a second for 3. No good. Rebound will be scooped up by Dixon after it was directed by Horn.
Yeah, pressure in his face there. Great defense by the Pacers.
Screen from German. Dixon fighting his way through the paint. Awkward shot, and he manages to get it.
Dixon with the offhand, the up and under reverse layup. As that one's off the mark and rebounded by Dixon. And the foul. Demetrius Dixon. He's going crazy out there.
I don't know if he's going crazy. You're going crazy right now. You're losing your mind.
Demetrius Dixon, what a play on that up and under reverse offhand layup. Beautiful play.
If we had analytics, I'd love to know the percentage of making that shot.
That's a low percentage look for him by far, but what a shot.
And Dixon will go to the line now as the Pacers find their lead. They find themselves in the lead again, 76-75. 77-75 as Dixon knocks in the first.
Dixon with 8 tonight.
Two for 2 on the trip, and the Pacer lead is 3.
A 4-point swing, one man, Demetrius Dixon, sparking all of it. What a series of plays for Demetrius Dixon right there.
The Saints will move it up nice and slow. It's Balknight, watched by Dixon. Gives it over to Reeves, now in the hands of Young. No look pass, stolen away by Tyler Johnson. Johnson through 3, and he knocks it in!
3, 5, 8, it does not matter. Tyler Johnson with a beautiful finish on the finger roll.
Saints looking for an opening. It's Young, watched by German. His pass to Balknight. Dixon on him, though. Balknight fighting his way. Almost had the ball knocked away, but Bryant was there. Bryant into the paint now. He's looking for an open lane. German with the block. Terry Horn picks up the rebound and going the other way. Terry Horn for 2.
Simeon German has been a nightmare down low on the block for the Saints tonight. He's blocking everything.
I don't know what he did over the break, but I am glad he did it because his defense has been stellar. This is what the Pacers wanted from him when he transferred in, and it's nice to see it coming through.
He's looking like Chet Holmgren out there. He's blocking every single shot that is being taken inside the restricted area. He's doing such a great job, and he's a big part of why the Pacers have battled back and taken the 7-point lead.
He has at least 3 blocks that were guaranteed baskets so far in this game, and that could be huge considering it is only a 7-point affair with less than 5 to play.
It's absolutely, like you said, I mean, he's become a dominant rim protector tonight, and the Pacers will need him to maintain this level of play going forward, but it's very nice to see him stepping up and taking that role that, as you said, Coach Mark Vanderslice was looking for this when he transferred in, and he's finally seeming to step into that role. He's doing a great job out there.
The Saints will bring it on up now. Again, less than 5 minutes to play in the second half. Bryant in front of his own bench, gives it on into Clark. McCoy right on top of him, pass on out. There's a chance for Collier, nobody on him, and he can't get the 3 ball to go. Long pass for Johnson, and that one almost picked off, but fortunately for the Pacers, it goes out of bounds off of a Saint.
Yeah, Johnson looking a little bit too far into the future. Thought he was in the NFL playoffs. That's on Saturday. We're here on Wednesday. But luckily for the Pacers, Collier not able to wrangle that one in, and it will stay with the Pacers.
Well, he figured he had Demetrius Dixon down there who's making these low percentage shots. Why not give them to him from that range? Pacers inbound it and getting it underway. McCoy from the post. fighting his way into the paint. Can't get a good shot off, but he's able to draw a foul, and he'll have a trip to the line for 2.
Well, maybe a little bit of a sell job there by McCoy, but either way, it's going to result in 2 free throws here for the Pacers.
And it's the 5th foul of the game for Tyler Collier, so Flagler is now down 2 players.
And Collier's been out there a lot tonight. He's been a good player for them so far, especially on the defensive side of things.
McCoy at the line. And he'll drain the first free throw, 83-75. Couldn't get the second one to drop in. The rebound is grabbed by Clark, so the score will be 83-75. Clark fighting off McCoy. That one is rejected, and Johnson is there to pick it up. Johnson looking to go to Horn. Horn to the board. Horn to the rim. He scores.
McCoy saw German having a block party, and he said that's a group affair. Got one of his own. Horn on the break. Easy finish at the rim. Beautiful sequence for the Pacers.
And now it's a 10-point lead for the Pacers, who were down by double digits themselves at the start of this half. Try here for Bachknight, who drops in a three-pointer of his own. That gets him to 20 points in the contest. A lot of high-scoring players out there for Flagler.
Yeah, a gentle reminder that Bachknight is a knockdown three-point shooter, and you cannot leave him open or he will hurt you. There's plenty of time left in this game for the Pacers. They can't get too lackadaisical on the defensive side of the ball.
Horn pulls up, takes a shot, and Terry Horn knocking it through.
Tough shot, hand in his face, did not matter. A nice little fadeaway jump shot, knocked it down.
And Bachknight looking for another three. Oh, man, Bachknight cannot miss. He just hits another three. And that's going to draw a timeout from the Pacer bench. They want to nip this in the bud before it gets out of hand. But 3:16 remaining in the second half. It is USC Aiken 87, Flagler 81. And the break comes to a close. We will get back to the action. Flagler finds themselves down 6, but they've got the men out there to close that gap. 3 players in double digits with 23 points, 18 and 18, respectively. Those belong. The 18-point scorers, Destin Clark and Malik Bryant, the 23-point scorer, the man who just hit back-to-back threes, and Jax Bachknight.
Jax Bachknight, a knockdown three-point shooter coming into this contest. We knew that about him, 45% on the season. And he's proving why right there. As that one's going to be knocked away by Figueroa. Horn's going to chase him down, force a tough shot, but he's going to foul.
Not a bad foul to take there for Horn. He's got a few to give. That's only his second of the game. And it potentially saved a few points. We'll see what happens at the free throw line.
And we came into this contest looking out for Omar Figueroa. Quiet night for him, 5 points. It's been Jax Bachknight, Destin Clark, as you mentioned, and Malik Bryant. Malik Bryant, Destin Clark, second and third on the team in scoring. But Jax Bachknight has not been a big scorer for them, only scoring about 9.6 points per game. This is a huge game for him and a huge part of why this game is close right now.
Figueroa making the first free throw, going for the second. And it comes up short, so a good foul to take by Terry Horn as he picks up the rebound.
And the Pacers running now. They want to get in transition, pass out to Rideout.
Just under 3 minutes to play now and a 5-point lead for the Pacers. Can't take their foot off the gas, but they definitely want to control the pace as McCoy picks it up. Into the paint, McCoy dropping it in.
Easy bucket there by McCoy. That's his shot. That's what you can't let him get to. Heat check.
Faulknight trying for the third three, can't get it to go. Rebound grabbed by the Saints, though. Now it's Bryant for three, and Malik Bryant able to knock it in.
Yeah, it's again, that's a huge shot. I don't blame Faulknight there for just chucking it up and seeing what happens. You're hot, you might as well, but Pacers have got to be able to get that rebound and not prevent an easy shot. Again, there's 2 minutes left in this game, and there's only a 4-point lead.
It's McCoy again, spin move to the basket and in for two.
Spin move creating that separation, makes it an easy look for McCoy. It's a beautiful shot.
Faulknight to the basket now, can't get it to drop. Second effort though, rebound by Bryant is good, however, and the Saints will pick up another 2.
That's 6 blocks for Simeon German in tonight's contest. He is on fire down low.
McCoy on his own. Jalen McCoy off the glass and in.
What a shot by Jalen McCoy. A circus shot. He had no right making that. Like a windmill layup. What a shot.
Both of these teams trading blows here in the final 2 minutes. As Bryant into the paint, makes a move, gets a pass on off German, all over that defensively, and it's going to be Clark able to get through the defense somehow to score, and we have got a timeout here as Tyler Johnson, with possession, goes down all of a sudden. He is in pain. And can only hope it is nothing too serious as he's grabbing his leg. Tyler Johnson able to walk off somewhat under his own power here. Probably going to sit him for the rest of the night.
He's walking under his own power now. He's going to sit down. We're going to hope that he's just cramping up a little bit.
Pacers with possession with a minute and a quarter left to play in the half. 15 seconds on the shot clock. It's Blackwell to Horn. Terry Horn gets the screen from German, passes it in to Rideout, back out to McCoy. McCoy can't get it to drop. Rebound, grabbed by the Pacers, and they'll get another effort with it. 1 minute left in the game, as going up and dropping it in is Jameel Rideout.
And you got to give a shout out to Rajon Blackwell right there. The smallest guy down there went up over everyone to make that rebound. What a play by Blackwell.
Clark looking for three. He's got a contest with German, drives into the basket and knocks it in for 2. Cuts the lead down to 4 for the Pacers. Look for Flagler to start fouling, and that's exactly what they do. About 37.9 seconds left to play. Pacers will take a trip to the line now. And the good news is Tyler Johnson is standing up and stretching over there by his bench. As Simeon German goes to the line. Oh, and he can't get the first one to drop. Score stays right where it is.
Not quite able to knock that one down and rattle around a little bit.
Oh for 2 on the trip. This will give a chance for Bachknight and the Saints. Into the corner, looking for three. That one a little too much behind it. Rebound is grabbed by the Pacers. It's Horn. Horn under pressure there, and there's going to be a foul on Justin Clark.
Yeah, Saints way too relaxed on that one. They needed a foul as soon as that ball was rebounded, and they took a long time getting that done.
At least 5 or 6 seconds off of the clock. And Terry Horn will go to the line now. One shy of double digits for Horn. And he won't be able to get it on that first try. 95-91 score stays right where it is. Pacers missing 3 straight from the stripe.
So it's going to remain a 2-possession basketball game no matter what happens on this free throw here for the Pacers.
And Horn able to knock through the next one. That gives him 10 on the evening.
23 seconds left and a 5-point lead. It's not a comfortable lead. You know?
It is the way these two teams have been slugging it out here in these last 2 minutes, yeah.
And especially when you've got a shooter like Bachknight who can hit a three just like that. He's got a quick release, one shot, and a steal on the inbound pass, and suddenly this is a terrifying position to be in for the Pacers.
But, I mean, you just look at that board, too. Bachknight with 23 points. You've got Dustin Clark with 22, and then Malik Bryant with 24. You've got 3 dangerous shooters out there that you've got to contest with, that you've got to cover, and you've only got a 5-point lead.
Yeah, this isn't a situation where you can just double one guy and you know you're going to be fine. No, this is like there are dangerous players on this team. And again, I keep mentioning it, Omar Figueroa is a dangerous player, and he has not been very active on the offensive side of things for the Saints tonight. And he can get hot in a moment's notice, and it would be a very, very big mistake for the Pacers to forget about him.
And with him only scoring 6 points tonight, it's almost like he's a sleeper agent. You forget about him, and all of a sudden he's hurting you. We'll get back underway. 20 seconds left to play. And the pass is broken up by the Pacers. Nice job by McCoy.
That'll be an over and a back.
Jalen McCoy with some clutch defense to go along with his 23 points. 14.1 seconds left to play in regulation.
Just an errant pass. Bain couldn't hold on to the ball. And he's going to ask if he tipped the ball, but I don't think he did. I think Bain just lost possession. But there is going to be some discussion here. And they're going to take a look at it. Send everybody back to their benches, and they're going to take a look at this play again. Late in the game like this, in a close game, you want to make sure you get this call right.
And I did see redirection on that ball. The question is, was it Jalen McCoy's hand that touched it, or was it Bain? So that's what the officials are going to the replay to determine.
So they're going to take a look at this play. But in the meantime, again, a 96-91 lead here. The Pacers on top, but with 14 seconds remaining, and again, some time would get added back in the instance that this does get overturned. I mean, this is not a lead for the Pacers to rest on their laurels and feel good about themselves. They're going to have to play tight defense here, and they're going to have to take care of the ball on any subsequent inbound pass. If the Saints do get this ball back and are able to score, they're going to have to make sure they execute a really nice inbound pass and not create a turnover for the Saints to get a second chance opportunity without any free throws.
Yeah, 14.1 seconds does not seem like a lot. Of time, but in the game of basketball and in a lot of sports, it is an eternity.
It might as well be a full quarter for the Saints with 14 seconds here. That's plenty of time to set up a play, to knock down a shot, steal an inbound pass, and then knock down another one. I mean, the Pacers have got to play. They've got to play clean, and they've got to play their game the way they have been the most of this second half.
Now, well, both the games tonight, the men's and women's games, have been coming down almost to the wire here, and they are going to say
it's going to go back to the Saints here.
Flagler basketball after the replay review.
And I was mistaken. There won't be any time added back, but it will be Saint basketball.
Spencer Bain will inbound it. Flagler got to work quickly. It's Bryant. Covered. Into the corner. Bain looking for three, and he knocks it through. 6.8 seconds to go. A 2-point affair as Flagler calls the timeout.
And again, I cannot emphasize this enough. Coach Mark Vanderslice has to make sure that this inbound pass is on point. If this gets taken away, it is suddenly, again, it is very scary for the Pacers. 6.8 seconds, if the Saints are able to take away this inbound pass, is an eternity and plenty of time for a guy like Bachnight or Bain to get open. And even if they don't get open, plenty of time to get a shot up and just see what happens.
Yeah, and you look to get it to somebody that you know is good at the free throw line, too, to get you that added insurance in the case that Flagler has to foul, which, you know, a lot of things can go wrong, a lot of things can go right. We'll see what happens as these two teams are in the break. Well, it all comes down to this, 96-94, 6.8 seconds left to go. The Pacers need to inbound it, and they need to do it cleanly. Flagler will be looking to create as many mistakes as they can in as little time as possible.
And even if you are the Saints right now, if this inbound does get off clean, it's not the end of the world. If the Pacers miss one of these free throws, you can still tie this game with a three-pointer.
And Tyler Johnson will inbound it to Horn. Horn holding on to it here, and finally the Saints with the foul, although nearly 5 seconds.
You just got to wonder what he was thinking right there. You have to foul immediately on that play.
Yeah, correction, actually 3.5 seconds left to play here, so about 3.5 seconds were eaten off of that clock.
And he was able to knock away the ball, but Horn had that ball for at least a second, maybe two, before the foul finally came in. You got to wonder what the thought process was there.
Horn at the line now.
And just like I said, you miss one of these free throws, and this is still a situation where the Saints can tie this ball game. But that also begs the question, again, you let so much time expire on that foul.
And Horn makes the second one, so a 3-point lead. Saints looking for the three ball to tie. And a foul by McCoy. Smart foul there by Jalen McCoy.
That's a very heads-up play by McCoy. That's going to send Bachnight to the line to shoot two, and two does you no good here. You got to have three.
And that was one of their dangerous three-point shooters. McCoy with some, high-level IQ play right there.
Yeah, it was a smart heads-up play on defense there by McCoy.
It's going to force Flagler to miss the second free throw if they want to stand a chance at winning this game. Well, here we go, 1.5 seconds. The first free throw was good.
They're going to bring the big man down there to try and get a tip in.
Blackwell's going to come in. Interesting move here to bring Blackwell in for German, whose defense has been solid under the basket.
On a play like this, it's just going to be a tip in. Really, the defense isn't going to matter that much.
Here it is. Shot no good. Rebound grabbed at the buzzer. No good! Pacers win it 97-95.
In a game where they trailed by as many as 14 points, the Pacers could have given up here. They could have rested on their laurels. They could have said, these kind of games happen. But they did not do that. And again, all it took was a 4-point swing, two technicals on the same player on the same play, and the Pacers were able to get a 4-point swing. They chipped away at the lead, and they never gave up. They stayed active on both sides of the basketball, and this is what happens when you do that.
Well, I feel like that's Peach Belt basketball for you, though. It'll shave a few years off of your life in terms of your stress level.
Absolutely.
But the Pacers come away with the W, 97-95. They pick up their second Peach Belt Conference win as they get ready to face their arch rivals, the Augusta Jaguars. They will head across the river to the Christian Berry Fieldhouse to take on the Jags this upcoming Saturday before they return to the Convocation Center a week later, next Saturday, to take on Columbus State. But in the meantime, for Jordan Phillips, I am Marcus Johnson. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Be sure to catch the post game on Pacer Sports social media apps and check out all the stats at pacersports.com. Thank you, and have a good one.